Today on Grow With Science, I've got a 5-week tomato and greenhouse update, and then I'm going to show you how to grow your own strawberries indoors. So we're up to week 5 already with these tomato plants. If you haven't watched the first 2 videos in this series, I'll leave a link in the description so that you can see those. You can get an idea of the experiment that we're running with the different plant foods to see which tomato plants grow best. And then you can watch the 3-week update as well, and you can see how much difference these have made in the last 2 weeks. So here they are, we've got tomato plant 1, 2 and 3. If you remember, we've got tomato food in number 1, plain water number 2, all-purpose plant food in number 3. To be honest, they've not actually grown vertically a great deal in the last 2 weeks. Number 3 has actually caught up quite a bit, so those two are quite similar heights now. One in the middle just getting the water, not so much. It is still a bit shorter, but it is managing to catch up a bit now, and it's starting to go a lot greener than it was last time we looked at it, where it was a bit yellow and it was having a bit of a nitrogen deficiency. So what it means, the roots in the bottom of this plant, as we suspected, are growing left and right into the other ones, and it is getting its nutrients from there. So it's not ideal that I've had to grow them in the one grow bag, but at the time, with everywhere being closed, I just couldn't get any more. So it's you know, it is what it is, and we'll do what we can with it. Now, the one big difference from last time, 2 weeks ago, is that we've got tomatoes. So I think, from what I can see, there is just one tomato on each of these plants. So plant 1, we've got this one. Plant 2, there's one there. And then plant 3, third one. And I can't see any others anywhere on these plants, but there's plenty of flowers, so hopefully that's a sign of things to come, and we're going to start getting quite a few on there. Maybe hopefully next time we do an update, might be some more. It's crazy that just 5 weeks ago these plants looked like they'd absolutely had it, and they were 50p and they looked like they were ready for the skip, but pretty much straight away they came around and they've shot up, started growing tomatoes already. So, you know, never write them off, and if you see them there, pick them up. Looking at the other plants, absolutely tons of flowers on these now, so hopefully I'm going to start getting some more tomatoes soon. And we've got them on the small patio one there. We've got the beef tomatoes. Hopefully a couple of weeks we start seeing some tomatoes on these as well. I'm hoping now that it's cooled down a bit in the UK and it's not just absolutely blasting it with sun all the time, these are going to hopefully be able to recover a bit, because they've been toasted quite a bit. I didn't really put enough shading on quickly enough, so hopefully that'll turn it around and these will start growing a bit better. And I do think that's what the problem was with those ones in the corner as well that we mentioned in the last video. So they're starting to look a little bit better now, and hopefully they'll start growing a bit better. These 3 tomato plants here at the back, absolutely going crazy now. These ones weren't that big last time, but they seem to have really kicked off now. Still can't see any tomatoes anywhere on them, but you know, not in any particular rush, so let's see, and hopefully they'll pick up a bit better. Another big difference from the last video, I've got some my courgette plant which has flowered since, and in the space of 2 weeks it's flowered, and we've got fruit growing on there, and they're already like, what, 4 inches long, looking really good. Starting to see some really good growth now on the cucumber plants. Mentioned last time that these weren't really doing a great deal, but all 6 of them seem to be doing a bit better now. So looking at the peppers, it looks like we are starting to get a couple of little buds turning up on these, so hopefully we're going to get some flowers on these in the next week or so. Here's the chilies in the corner, these are the same, so starting to see a couple of flowers turning up on these. Hopefully in the next week or so we'll start getting some chilies on the way. Absolutely smashing. There we are. In this corner we've got the gherkins, which are growing absolutely massive. These are probably about 5.5 feet tall now. Doing really well, these ones. These are absolutely covered in little gherkins, so hopefully getting some nice little tiny cucumbers soon. And then maybe if you spotted them in the background behind my tomato plants, these are my raspberries. And I wasn't expecting to get these flowering this year because I've only just put them in and they're summer variety, so I'm really happy that these are fruited already. Just spotted another one on the back of my beef tomato plants, so that's 4 plants now that have got tomatoes growing on them. Yes! Okay, so the last thing today, I'm just going to put some strawberry plants here in the greenhouse. I've got a big bag of compost to put them in, and I'm just going to put them in a tray on this shelving here, and hopefully they'll grow alright. I've got another greenhouse ready to go, but I've not built it yet, so I'm a bit impatient and I can maybe move these in there at some point with them being on a tray. So first of all, I've just got this sort of black grow bag tray thing. I'm going to stick it in that just so it doesn't all pour through onto the stuff underneath, because obviously I don't want wet stuff. So as you can see, it's just a big bag of multi-purpose compost. It's a 40 litre bag, just a £2 one. They had no grow bag, so I just had to get one of these, and to be honest, it fits quite nicely in this tray, so it's not that bad. I'm going to poke some holes in underneath just so it's got some drainage. Strawberries like the drainage. Hopefully I'll be able to fit 6 plants in there. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a big square out of the top of this and have it open. Weeds aren't as much of a problem in the greenhouse, which is a good reason why you'd cover them over outside. So what I'm going to do is just cut this square off, plant them in, and then it's going to make it a bit easier for watering as well when they grow and spread out a bit. So here's the strawberry plants. They're Fragu Rubian F1. They're cross Fragaria with an Anassa. If you're not sure on plant genetics and what F1 means when you see seed packets and plants and things like that, I am going to do a video in the future about the basics of plant genetics, and then maybe some more in-depth and advanced stuff later on, so definitely subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss those. This particular variety likes semi-shade to full sun, which is ideal in the greenhouse. Their flowering time is April to November, so it's quite a long season, and they're a trailing variety, so hopefully they're going to grow out and over the side of this grow bag and give me loads of strawberries. So let's get them in and get cracking. Didn't actually realise, but these are hot pink, so they're the same variety, same F1 generation of the same cross, but this one in the corner is a red one. It's more of a dark pink really, and these are like a hot pink, so really unusual, because strawberry flowers that normally see a white, so I'm really excited to see how these turn out. It's a good thing about these deep trays with a big bag of composting is this is really deep, so you can get these into quite a good depth, and they're going to be really happy in there, because you can also get 2 grow bags and stack them on top of each other, because strawberries will like the height, so they'll grow straight through into both of them. So I'd definitely recommend using one of these. So another trick here, just help with watering them so it's not going everywhere. You know, you're going to put your water on your leaves and it's just going to go blah and just go all over everything in the greenhouse. So I'm just going to use some little plant pots, and I'm just going to sink these in, and when you're watering you can aim for these and it'll help the water just go straight through. You can also use some, maybe cut a bottle in half. It's another good way. I'd use that with my kiwi plant just to aim it a bit better in my greenhouse. So just going to sink these in, and then they'll give us a bit of a target for watering, and then that's it, done. I'll give them another good water in the morning, and that should do it. So maybe when we come back in another 2 or 3 weeks for the next update video, it's another thing to have a look at. So that's it for this update. No doubt I'll be back in another 2 weeks or something, because these are going absolutely crazy and growing really fast. I can't wait to see what these are going to look like in 2 weeks, especially these tomatoes, because I found more than I even knew was in here. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Grow It With Science, so that you don't miss those updates, and I'll see you next time. Oh, there's another one!